How's it going, everyone? My name is TheStarkz and welcome to a brand new The Last of Us Part 2 video. Today I'm going to be talking about Ashley Johnson, who, of course, if you didn't know, plays, Ellie from The Last of Us, the first game, as well as Part 2. This is a article that's been released a couple of days ago now, and it's about Ashley Johnson's portrayal of Ellie through learning how to properly use the bow through archery lessons. So basically, Ashley Johnson, the actress who we know plays Ellie, was on a retro replay episode with Troy Baker as well as Nolan North, who both star in that type of series or whatever it is. And around the 7-minute mark of that episode, the former commented on Johnson's impressive archery skills and asked what had piqued her interest in that sport. She goes, "I am good with the sport," acknowledges Johnson, explaining with some hesitation that the desire to learn came from wanting to get better at the skill for, I don't know if I can say this, for the second game. The actor was quick to add that there might not be an archery option in the game, seemingly emphasizing that her own approach to getting into character isn't any indication of how heavily the bow and arrow will feature in-game, though last year's demos have already shown Ellie wielding the weapon with formidable skill. So what I find very intriguing about this particular information is the craft, as well as just the professionalism, via Ashley's just want to get better at the archery, but also how interesting studios across all forms of media, and we're talking films, video games, and everything else in between, use these kind of options. Now, Ashley seemed to have gone out of her way to do these lessons. I don't know if this was suggested by Neil Druckmann or perhaps an animator who said, "Hey, you're not holding the bow properly. I think it might be best if you do archery lessons." I don't think it was that. I think it was just Ashley Johnson getting better at her craft by going to independent lessons to be better at portraying Ellie using the bow, which I think is freaking awesome of Ashley to have done. I think it just goes to show how she is a phenomenal actress, or performer, I should say, in both the realm of video games as well as film and television, which I think she does do as well. So, some recent examples that I know of in particular would be, I was going to say Red Dead, but I don't know if this was confirmed, basically how they used horses and animated those, but actually a game that I do play quite often, or used to at least, Rainbow Six Siege, a very great game. And essentially Rainbow Six Siege, if you didn't know, is basically you have different operators. Basically these operators are real positions within the SWAT teams and whatnot, who perform specific skills, like a sledgehammer, which breaks down a door or a glass, and then you have like one operator with like a shield, and so on and so forth. And essentially they got in actual professionals, which they did model and craft each of these professionals to look like in the game. Now, I don't think this was across all of them, but I know one in particular would be Sledge, the character Sledge, the character Sledge is actually modeled off of a real human being, who does perform that type of, military, or I wouldn't say military, but SWAT performance when he is breaching or going against some form of threat, whether it be terrorist or whatever the case is, right? It could be anything from bomb reports and whatnot. So that is really interesting how games do that. So I thought when Ashley was explaining this that that Naughty Dog advised her to, or provided these lessons for her, but I think Ashley actually independently went to these archery classes, which just goes to show you how great Ashley is at her will to be a good performer in The Last of Us. And from my understanding, I think she also implied, and I don't want to skip the beat here, but I think if there's anything based off of what she said, that they're done performance with the game. I mean, as we can see, Nolan as well as Troy Baker do retro replay quite a bit. I think it's a weekly thing. I don't know, because I don't follow them, unfortunately. I just don't have time to watch them play games. But it's cool for those who do, and I've definitely seen a couple of episodes, and it's really neat. If you're interested in watching it, just type retro replay in the search bar. But I think they're done performance capture is what I was trying to say. I think that they have completed it a while ago, in fact, because for me, you know, the delay, there's something about the delay, and I'm gonna make a video about it probably, but there's something weird about that delay. I mean, from February to all the way to March, or sorry, May. Jesus, I wish it was March. May. There's something groundbreaking. There had to be something, a huge reason why Naughty Dog delayed the game, and I'm hoping that they let us in on the info either through a behind the scenes type of thing or whatever the case Naughty Dog ends up doing. But nonetheless, the article, by the way, will be in the description below for you to read if you're interested. But I just like how Ashley really proves her worth by, I mean, she already has, she's a great performer, but you know, proving her worth once again by demonstrating how she took independent archery lessons to get better at portraying badass Ellie. So I'm excited. I'm just freaking excited. And if it's anything to go off of, I think we're going to be using the bow and the arrow and bow and arrow a lot more in this game than we've ever seen before. I mean, I think this is Ellie's main gun now, to be honest with you. So I'm excited. I really am. From the young Ellie to the now mature 19-year-old Ellie, I think. Yeah, she's 19. So cool. I'm really excited. Of course, if you're new to my channel, I would appreciate it if you subscribed as well, like the video, and shared it amongst those you know, if you're interested. And of course, I'm also interested to hear what you have to say regarding this. You know, it was just something I wanted to make a video of, because oftentimes you don't hear many performers say that they've done this and that. You know, in just these independent like channels, you normally hear that in like interviews or behind the scenes stuff. So it was really cool that Ashley gave us some insight on what she's been through for the game. So overall, I'm excited, and of course, like I said, subscribe if you're new to my channel. And with that being said, I've been TheStarkz. Peace.